Hello, I'm Laura with IndoorGardening.com, and today we're going to talk about how to clean your plant's leaves. Cleaning your plant's leaves is vital to the health of your plant, especially if they are indoor plants. When they're outdoors, they'll have wind blowing that'll knock all the dust and debris and whatnot off of that, but inside they don't have that wind. Even if you have a fan, it's still just going to spin the dust around the room. It's still going to spin the dirt around the room. It's not actually going to eliminate and spray away the dust and dirt, so we just have to make sure that we're cleaning our plant's leaves. When we're cleaning all the dust and dirt off our plant's leaves, it enables the plant to absorb more light with its foliage and have a healthier, happier plant, and it also reduces the risk of pests. An unhappy plant will also call out to pests and have more pests come. You will not be able to spot the pests because your leaves will be so dirty. A lot of times spider mites are mistaken for specks of dust on plant leaves, and if you don't clean your plant leaves regularly, then you're not going to know that you have spider mites or some other pests like thrips on there as well. When you're cleaning your plant's leaves, there are a couple of things that you need to know to be able to safely do this. The first one is that whatever cleaning products you're using on your plant's leaves, doesn't matter what it is, it's going to make your plant's leaves a little bit more susceptible to damage, especially if there's chemicals involved. So make sure that when you're cleaning your plant's leaves, especially if you're using something other than just water, that you are not putting them in direct sunlight afterwards, especially if you have something along the lines of neem oil in your plant cleaning mix, or you have some type of a polish that you're using. A lot of times there are leaf shine products out there that people use to clean their leaves. These products are absolutely fine and safe for your plant. You just have to be careful cleaning your plant's leaves and then taking that chemicals that's on them and putting those leaves directly back into sunlight right away. Plant leaves need a little bit time to acclimate, to adjust. You can have burning leaves if you end up having chemicals on your leaves and it doesn't come off naturally with the plant. So the best time to clean your plant's leaves is actually towards the end of the day when the sun is starting to go down, or you can pull them back and just keep them away from the light. You just don't want to end up putting your plant directly under like a grow light or directly in sunlight, because then they're going to end up burning and having a lot of issues from there, and it defeats the purpose of trying to make a healthier plant by cleaning its leaves if it's just going to have damaged leaves afterwards, and it ruins all your hard work. So best just to keep the light away from your plant's leaves until they can naturally get that off. Generally, just leaving them overnight to absorb and soak up whatever you put on them will be perfectly fine. There are a couple of different ways that you can clean your plant's leaves. Mainly the goal is just to get whatever is on your plant's foliage off. If you're doing it for pest treatments, then you want to make sure that you're getting the underside and the stems all the way down to the base as well, because if you miss any spots while you're cleaning, then there could be a pest that's going to survive. So you want to make sure that you are removing anything that could be pest related on there when you're wiping your leaves. Some people like to simply put their plant in a shower. They have a removable shower head or under a hose, and they can rinse off the leaves and kind of wipe them off that way. Other people prefer to use an insecticidal soap or a neem oil spray, and they'll spray that on the foliage, and then they'll take a soft cloth, usually a cotton based or bamboo based one, because they're going to be the softest and cause the least amount of tissue damage, and just gently wipe the leaves. You want to remove all the dust and debris that's on there. You also want to be checking the underside of the leaves and the stems to make sure that there isn't any pests under there, and if there's any dust clinging onto them, then you want to make sure that you're removing them. If your leaves are fuzzy foliage, then you want to make sure that you are kind of brushing them off a little bit. You're not spraying directly so much, and you want to make sure that they're in front of a fan to get everything off of it as soon as possible. Most of the time, plants with fuzzy foliage or velvet foliage are not going to handle being sprayed down and wiped down very well. It damages all of their little sensors on their foliage, and they don't like it very much. So you can also get brown spots, and it's just not very good, unfortunately. So majority of the time when you're trying to clean off fuzzy foliage, you want to make sure that you're kind of keeping it as dry as possible and just gently wiping it off. You can use a soft bristle brush. You can use just a plain white cloth. There are also microfiber cloths that can pick things up really well off of your velvet leaves. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and a lot of different plants need different methods in order to keep them safe while you're cleaning them. When we're cleaning our leaves inside, it is a little bit different than what they would be getting outside. Outside, they would just be getting sprayed down with water, and then they would have nature naturally blow wind. It would get the water droplets off the foliage. They would have all this aeration to prevent water from sitting on the leaves. Inside our homes, unfortunately, we do not have that, so we have to adjust for that. We have to make sure that we're not adding things to the leaves that we can't take off, like water on fuzzy foliage, for example. If the leaves are big and smooth, it's very easy to go ahead and just spray them down and then wipe them down front, back, and stem. Easy peasy, no problem. If you have trailing houseplants, the easiest way to clean them would be to take them into a bathtub or a sink and just kind of spray and rinse them down. Make sure you hang them away from bright direct light and in an area where they're going to get 360 degrees rotation of air, so that way all sides of them will have aeration going and help get all that water off. Because if there's a bunch of water sitting on the foliage and you just kind of lump it back into a corner where it doesn't get much light or something, then that's going to have a lot of issues with it. It's going to grow fungal and bacterial issues. You're going to lose leaves. There's going to be a lot of different issues. So you want to make sure that you're allowing your plant to kind of hang and dry out. You could hang them on your shower hooks. You could hang them kind of back from the window. You could hang them on your porch for a little bit if it's warm enough in your area. Just keep them out of bright direct light, especially if you used any products. There is a lot of online debate as to what products are best to use for your plants and which ones are not. Insecticidal soap will remove any pests on your plant at the same time as well. You can use neem oil and a natural soap as well, and that will get that off. Castile soap is one of the natural soaps that's used. You just mix those two together with a little bit of water. Make sure that you're diluting it. There's a lot of different recipes out there. We'll make a separate video for that. The one thing that you should absolutely not be putting on your plant leaves, though, is mayonnaise. It is an old wives' tale. It has been sworn upon for generations, but what it has been scientifically proven to do is block the pores of your foliage. Also, the acid will eat into your plants. It will not just sit there, because mayonnaise is made out of oils, fats, and acids. So it makes it look really shiny, but it's actually eating the covering of your plants that makes it durable against UV rays, and it will cause damage to your plants in the long term. So on top of the actual fats blocking the pores of your plants that your plants will be absorbing light through and trying to breathe through as well. Just like with humans, blocking pores never leads to good things, so just make sure not to use mayonnaise on your plants. There are actual leaf shine products out there that you can use. Plants.co has a lot of leaf shine products on there for you. You can also go to your local big box store and they will have leaf shine products. Everybody wants beautiful shiny leaves. Cleaning your plants' leaves regularly is the easiest way to get this, but if you feel like you have to do a little bit more to get your leaves shiny, that's absolutely fine. You just want to be careful of what products you're using and make sure that they're not actually going to be damaging your plant in the long term with acids and fats. So you want to make sure it's actually cleaning your leaves, not damaging them. Part of having plants is having healthy, happy plants and having beautiful, lush plants that you can enjoy looking at on a daily basis. If your plant looks really sad, it looks damaged, it looks burned, dusty, dingy, gross looking sitting there in the corner, it's not going to make you feel good. It's actually going to be sticking all that dust and dirt and causing a hazard for you as well. So it's in your benefit and your plant's benefit for a happier, healthier environment for the both of you to have your plant leaves cleaned on a regular. However you want to do that, there's a lot of different easy ways to do that, and whatever method works best for you, whatever duration works best for you. Some people like to clean their plant leaves weekly, others clean them monthly. Some people clean them seasonally. It just depends on what's going to work best for you and your plant and your environment. Just like dusting your home, sometimes you're going to have a lot of dust created depending on your environment. Other times you have an environment where it's pretty clean on a regular. There's not very much dust and debris floating around, and it's not something that you have to take care of that often. So just keeping that in mind. Like with anything to do with your plants, make sure you're paying attention to your environment and doing what's going to work best for you. Be sure to check out indoorgardening.com for more information. We're always happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!